Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to our guests. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to be touching on this morning something that I'm sure everyone is familiar with, and perhaps at some point or another you've wondered what the heck it's all about, and how do I use it, and why should I be there, and all that fun stuff, which is social media. And I'm going to talk about how we can get to what Renuka was just touching on and becoming a President's Distinguished Club, and a big part of that is welcoming new members and helping people to find us. And there's a number of ways that people find us. One, through our everyday lives. We'll meet somebody and we'll invite them to a meeting. Two, they will have heard about Toastmasters, they'll be interested in it, so they'll go on Google and do some searching and call us. Or three, they'll see something or they'll hear something, and over time they'll gradually become intrigued by it. And that's where social media really comes in as a tool for us to enhance or to introduce ourselves to new guests. So I'm going to show you how we've been doing that and how we continue to do that as a club working together. How many people here are on Facebook? Who uses it, let's say, once a week? Nobody? Just me? Like if you're on at least once a week. Okay? Who uses it like at least once a day? Yeah. Who uses it like all day, every day, you're on it like 24/7? Just you and I? Okay. If you're a business owner, take note too, because the tips that I'm going to share with you will allow you to also get at least 20 times more exposure out of your Facebook marketing as well. So here we go. This is our early edition Toastmasters Facebook page, where you're welcomed by a bunch of good-looking people. Okay. So the great thing about utilizing Facebook is you're able to get compound exposure. So the more people that are on it, the more people see it, and etc., etc. So let's take a look here at some of the success that we've had and some of the not so successful posts that we've had. So you see here, this is some of the analytics from our recent work on Facebook. And we've got a couple different kinds of posts here. We've got images, we've got videos, we've got links, and we've got text. And you can kind of see here, this is the reach, or how many people were influenced by it, and this is the engagement, how many people were actively commenting, liking, posting on each type of post. And you can see that there's certain ones that stand out more than the others. Some of them got a ton of exposure, some of them got virtually none, others somewhere in the middle. And so let's dive into why that is. So here's a post that we put out before our last open house. And this was a flyer that we quickly made up and we posted on our Facebook page. And you can see here at the bottom, this reached 418 people, which is pretty cool for something that's absolutely free. If we were to pay for that kind of exposure, it would cost us greatly, especially for a nonprofit. When we're able to leverage free exposure, that's awesome. You can see here we got 7 people liked it, 3 people commented on it, and as a result, we actually had, I believe, 2 people saw this. Ken, I think you may have been one of them, who saw this and actually ended up coming to the open house. And then Ken, of course, you also joined the club as well. So it worked. And actually we saw some tangible results with it. So here are the results. So we had 418 people see it. 52 people, I think, were engaged with, or commented on it, liked it, or something like that. And it was also shared by members of our club. And this was crucial in the exposure that it was able to get. Another thing that we did with this post is we tagged people in it, so that it showed up on other people's news feeds, it showed up in their pictures, and people on their pages were able to see it. And so that was a very successful post. Here's an example of a not so successful post. I posted this actually, and I just happened to see it on Business Insider, 5 things successful public speakers never say, and I put a little quote up there, and it reached a whole whopping total of 19 people. In contrast, not overly effective. Well, you can see that the image isn't of anybody you would know. There's nobody tagged in it, it hasn't been shared, there's no engagement on it, so the reach is very limited. Let's take a look at another kind of post. This is a video from Angelica's speech a couple weeks ago that I posted last week. And as you can see, Angelica was tagged in it, and because of that we had some likes. We had 4 people like it, we had somebody share it, we had some engagement, commenting, people outside the club saw it, and it reached 166 people, which is pretty good. Here's another post that we had for after the awards were given out. So this photo had Renuka, Mike, and Laura all tagged in it, and it had 24 people like it, someone shared it, 9 comments, lots of engagement. We even actually had somebody saying on there, "I've been thinking about joining, I'm still on the fence," and so we were able to have another touch point and get in front of them, and we reached 334 people. Really, really cool. Again, this is that picture from the front of our page from our contest last year. Lots of people tagged in it, 29 likes, 9 comments, lots of engagement, and we reached another 400 people. So again, we're getting in front of people. So here's the lesson when it comes to Facebook. What we can see, the most effective use of our Facebook media is posting pictures. Posting pictures of members of the club doing interesting and fun stuff. Doing things that our friends and our networks would be interested in seeing us doing. Tagging us in it, and then as a club having us comment on it, engage with it, share it, so that it's able to reach a larger market. Apart from Facebook, there is another platform that we use which has yielded greatly for us in terms of membership. And this is, of course, meetup.com. Now, how many people here actually found us through Meetup? At least 2? Okay, 2. I know a number of other people have as well.
Lots more.
Lots of people.
About
Now,
4 more.
okay, so there you go. So it's, I think we pay like $90 a year to use it, so it's extremely valuable. We actually have a number of people joining it regularly. I went on there yesterday, and just last week we had, I think 3 or 4 people join the group. The challenge that we're having is that there's not much engagement on it. And Mike shared this story once where he came to us through the group, but it said that there was like 2 people attending our meeting. And so he was coming out kind of on a whim, not knowing if anyone was going to be there, if these people were really active, or what's going on, right? So one thing that we can do together is to actually join the meetup group and then to be attending and engaging on the pages. And this will help us hugely, I think probably even more than using Facebook, because we already have over, I think, 130 people on there, and those are all potential members for early edition. And the more active we are on there, the more exposure we get, and again, it's compounded. And of course, the end goal is to get people to our website, which we're going to be doing lots of updating to and enhancing, and then really from there to get them to a live meeting. So the takeaways are to, if you haven't already, like our Facebook page. You just search for Early Edition Toastmasters. Join the meetup. If you go on meetup.com, search for Toastmasters or Early Edition Toastmasters. Engage in the posts, liking, commenting, and most of all, sharing is the most effective, and tagging people in them as well. So there you are.